There's a tab open in your mind most of the time. Not a browser tab, something quieter. It's the running list of how you showed up today, what you said, how it landed, whether they noticed, whether they liked it. You've tried closing it. You've told yourself not to care so much, that their opinion doesn't define you, that you're overthinking again. But late at night, the tab opens itself, and you replay the lunch conversation, the meeting, the text you sent, the pause before they answered, all of it. You wonder if you said too much or not enough, if you were too quiet, too loud, too something. This isn't weakness. It's not vanity either. It's something older, something wired deeper than you think. Here's what most advice misses. It tells you to stop caring, to be yourself, to let go of their opinions, as if caring were a choice you're making wrong. But caring what others think isn't a mistake you're making. It's a skill you learned early, a survival tool, a way of reading the room before the room had a chance to reject you. You learned to track faces, to measure reactions, to adjust yourself mid-sentence if the energy shifted. Not because you were weak, because you were paying attention. And for a long time, it worked. It kept you safe, kept you liked, kept you from being the one left out. The problem isn't that you care, it's that the tool never learned to turn off. The word itself tells you something. Caring. It sounds gentle, thoughtful, like something good. And it is, until it tips. Until caring what they think becomes more real than what you think. Until their comfort matters more than your own. Until you can't hear your own voice anymore because you're listening so hard for theirs. That's when it stops being connection and starts being scorekeeping. You begin counting. How many times you texted first, whether they laughed at your joke, if they remembered what you said last week, whether you're still worth their time. And the cruelest part? You're not even keeping score with them. You're keeping score against yourself, measuring your worth by their reaction, deciding whether you're enough based on whether they stayed interested. Here's the quiet truth. You don't actually care what everyone thinks. You care what specific people think. The ones whose approval feels like proof. Proof that you're acceptable. Proof that you belong. Proof that you're not too much or not enough. And those people, they're rarely random. They're the ones who remind you of someone earlier. Someone whose love felt conditional. Someone who made you feel like you had to earn your place at the table. So now you're still earning, still proving, still adjusting yourself to fit the shape of their attention. But here's what nobody tells you. The people whose opinions exhaust you the most are often the ones least capable of seeing you clearly. They're too busy keeping their own score. So what do you do with all this caring? You don't stop it. You can't. Not overnight, not by force. But you can notice it. Notice when the tab opens. Notice whose face appears. Notice the old familiar question underneath it all. Am I enough? And instead of answering with their reaction, you pause. You breathe. You let the question sit there without needing proof. Because maybe the work isn't to stop caring. Maybe it's to stop outsourcing the answer. To stop handing the pen to people who were never meant to write your worth. You don't have to be fearless. You don't have to not care. You just have to care a little more about your own quiet voice than their passing opinion. That's enough for tonight. Let the rest go. Sleep well.